He was slow cooking them. You did first.
Hey, this is your guy Mo with G2 Global Network. Listen, I know in recent times the job market has been really facing some significant challenges. I've been getting a lot of phone calls and I've talked to a lot of people that's being affected by some of these challenges. Well, if March of 2025, the unemployment rate right now stands at about 4.2%, which is up about 3.8% from March 2024. They're actually projecting that the potential rise to 5.7% is going to hit September 2025. Have you prepared yourself for this? What happens if you become part of that number? Have you prepared your family? In the midst of these challenging times, family, there still lies some opportunity. There's opportunity within the stock market. There's opportunity within real estate. There's opportunity right here in G2 Global Network. G2 Global Network is a community that's dedicated to empowering individuals just like you, so you can regain your control of your financial future, gain control over your life, and not be in a position, if you get terminated, that you can't take care of your family. We actually have a flagship program that focuses on assisting businesses in applying for FICA tax credits, which leads to some real substantial savings for them, especially in the midst of a down-spiraling economy. In return, you earn a significant monthly residual. And that's just the beginning. As a G2 Global member, we offer unlimited funding programs with high-paying commission, collaborating with both private and traditional lenders. You ought to come and enjoy the flexibility of working from home, being backed by comprehensive training and unwavering community support. At G2 Global Network, we believe in solutions, in support, and success. Join our G2 Global family today and start earning right away, guys. We have a really great residual program. Give it a shot. Guys, listen, we're not perfect. We're growing, but together we can be strong. Join the G2 Global family right now. The link is right on the page. Wings up. This is your guy, Mo. I see you at the top. Wings up, family.
Wings up.
Wings up. Happy Thursday, everyone.
Yes.
Happy Thursday. I'm so glad to see everyone on the call today.
Happy Thursday. Wings
Happy
up,
Thursday.
even though I was
Happy
an hour
Thursday.
early.
There's Catherine. You know,
Hello,
Catherine
everybody.
is the life of the party. I'm so glad to have her on this call.
Peace, everyone. How y'all doing?
Who was that? Damon. Damon, what's going on, man? How you doing, brother?
I'm all right.
Good to see you. Good to see you, Sean. Good to see you.
We
All right. Eva's on the call. Good to have you, Eva. Jordan. Hello, everyone.
Good to be here.
Dave. Wings up. Sean. I think my mom was on here.
700 just minutes after the opening.
Wings up to my mother, Lewis. What's going on, brother? Lewis.
What do you make of what we're seeing?
Wings up to you guys. Wings up. Wings up. All right.
Reflecting the degrees of uncertainty.
Somebody need to go on mute. Let me see.
Something that many of the president's
Wings
supporters and so that this White House, the administration can make.
There we go. That was Lewis. That was Lewis.
I'm on the call.
Okay. Hey, Ma.
Okay.
All right. Let me go ahead. What's going on, Malik? Good to see you, brother.
Good evening, gentlemen. Mo.
Right. Okay, guys, just real quick before I get into the training, just want to give you an update on our website and our system. Man, this thing is looking real pretty. They're putting all the specs together right now. We're going to be overlooking the the site tonight to go over the rest of the back office. I tell you, this thing is going to be robust. It's going to be able to do a lot of things for us, automated, that we wasn't able to do. Not that we couldn't do manually, but it's just better that we do these things automated. So the system is coming along, guys. I appreciate you all being patient and waiting for the system to materialize. You know, a lot of times we sometimes don't have the patience, and as you can see, a lot of folks have dwindled down, okay? And, you know, that's normal. It's okay. We hope that people do come back after a while. But I just want to take my head off and salute all of you all that constantly, week after week, time after time, show up. Remember, it's the consistency of showing up that's going to make all the difference in the world, okay? It's the consistency of showing up that's going to make all the difference in the world. The reason why we are good at what we do is just consistency, just continuing to do it over and over and over. So when you are when you are trying to learn, okay, and you're trying to learn this business and you're trying to learn how you can capitalize in this business, the thing that you need to do is just to keep coming back over and over and over and keep learning, okay, until you just can't learn. But you should be forever a student. I'm sorry. So we should always be forever students as we are growing in this industry. Okay, so now all of you all are here today, of course, because you want to know how do we make six-figure income right from your cell phone. And I think this is a good subject because I've been doing it now for, I don't know, maybe 20 years or so, that I've been able to make a six-figure income right from my phone. And I think I tripped up on it. Let me just be honest. I didn't know about the leverage game. I didn't know about, these things. I kind of tripped up on it and learned it just kind of like hands-on the job training type things like that. But what I learned was is that leveraging in this industry, leveraging is key. Okay. Leveraging is the secret. Before I ever made any type of substantial money, and I was making six figures for years, and I kept trying to cross over to seven figures. When I first hit my seven-figure income, it wasn't because I had so many products being sold. That was the myth. It wasn't because I had so many products being sold and I closed a whole bunch of deals. Yes, I closed deals, but it came by way of leveraging. It came by way of leveraging. And so what do I mean by that? Okay. I mean, using leverage is basically just using existing resources. You're not going to make any type of substantial income or income or relationships without utilizing your existing resources. Okay, so leveraging means using existing resources, time, okay, leveraging time, leveraging people, leveraging information and relationships. Why? To do what? So you can maximize your earnings. So when you're figuring out how do I get in front of hundreds of thousands of dollars or even millions, that you have to figure out how to leverage. I remember calling my cousin one year, and this was, I think it was about it was 2008. It was right before 2007, because it was right before the crash. And I had done well. I think I had made about $480,000 that year. And I was excited because this was my first time making this type of money. And I kept calling my cousin. I'm like, hey, cuz, I finally hit, a $500,000. I said, but I want to get to $1 million. What do I need to do? The first thing he says, cuz, first you need to do is cut out the middle people. Get out the, whoever you're doing relationships with, you have to be the direct resource. You have to be the direct contact. Okay. And you have to leverage the information and the people that you have in order to get to the next level. And I tried for years and years, even after that, trying to hit $1 million because I just wanted to see if I could do it. And it wasn't until I mastered leveraging and getting in front of people and relationships and information and learning how to work that together that I was able to make a substantial income. This is why millionaires and wealthy people, they look for networks. They build networks and they look to be part of networks. Okay, because in the network, this is where you have the people. This is where you get the information. This is where you formulate those relationships. This is the hence G2 Global Network. This is the whole gist behind G2 Global. Okay, creating a network of people and reliable information and substantial people that's making substantial incomes and just really maximizing just relationships. And that's what the network is all about, because once you do that, then your earnings come right behind it. So one of the things in terms of leveraging is to leverage relationships and for growth. You want to leverage relationships for growth, okay? And what does that mean? That means that you partner, number one, with someone who already has access to an audience, who has access to the ideal audience that you're trying to attract. So whatever product that you have, and you're trying to get it into the hands of people, into the masses, you have to, number one, leverage and connect yourself to people that has an audience already built. So you don't have to, instead of you starting from scratch, you get to tap into the existing network. Okay? Instead of you starting from scratch, you get to tap into an existing network. So leveraging the relationships and getting with people who already has an audience is key. So what is it that you're trying to offer? Okay, one of the things that we all have in common, that our common denominator with what in our business is what? People. We need people. We need people to grow the network. We need people and clients, things like that. You need people. So partner up with someone and find people who has an audience already built. And that's who you connect with. Okay? That's called leveraging relationships for growth. Number two, leveraging other people's money. It's called OPM. You guys heard that all the time. OPM, leveraging other people's money. You use borrow funds like from an investor to amplify your returns. Okay? We do that all the time. I have a circle of investors. So a lot of times what I do is, because I'm always getting into different deals and I don't have just money growing out of the tree. But what I do have is I have relationships with other people who have capital. And so what I do is I leverage their cash so I can maximize my returns without depleting my own money. Does that make sense? And that's called leveraging OPM. Okay, so when you're leveraging and you're learning the game of leveraging, number one, you want to get with people who have an audience already. Number two, you want to get with people who has access to capital. Okay, you want to get people that have access to capital, because why? You need to be able to tap into that capital at any given time for any deals that you got working. Okay. The third thing is leveraging talent. Leveraging talent. You got to delegate. You got to delegate as entrepreneurs, guys. You have to delegate tasks to skilled people. Okay? To skilled people that can focus on higher level visions that's going to make your vision come to pass. So you have to delegate skilled people, okay, that can move your vision forward. One of the things that I do as it relates to bringing people on our executive team is that I have to bring people that's qualified according to their skills. Why? Because I have to leverage their skills in order to make this network work. Okay? So getting people that's skilled, you have to delegate. You have to be a master of delegation. Be a master of delegation, okay? So that means bringing people that's qualified. One of the things that we've done in the past is that we've gotten with folks that wasn't qualified. We've started businesses and we brought people on because they was our brother, they was our friend, they was our neighbor. I went to school with them or whatever, but it was all because of the relationship that you have with the person, and it wasn't because of their skills. Well, now you have to think smart. You have to bring people into your circle based on their skill set. You can't put everybody at the table and they don't have the necessary skill to help push your agenda forward. Okay? So leveraging relationships for growth, leveraging OPM, that's other people's money, right? And then leveraging talent. Okay? So Warren Buffett says if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you're going to work until you die. Isn't that the truth? If you haven't found a way to make money while you sleep, you're going to work until you die. So this is why we're all here, and this is why we all connected with G2, and we're trying to build our network so we can make money while we're sleeping. We want residual income. So even while we're sleeping at 4 o'clock in the morning, money is still turning. Okay? So this is what we're looking for. All right? So leveraging, number one, again, is time, leveraging people, leveraging information, and leveraging relationships, all for the purpose of maximizing your earnings, okay? So 4 proven methods that I'm going to talk about today that can earn you 6 figures right from your phone, okay? Number 1, becoming a resource agent, being a resource agent. Number 2, compliance agent. You guys hear us talk about that all the time. These are ways that you can make 6 figures right from your phone. Number 3, a digital product creator. We're going to talk about that in a minute. And number 4, being part of G2 Global Network and becoming an ambassador. Okay? And so we're going to discuss that. So as a resource agent, this is what we talk about all the time. Being a resource agent simply means that you are resourceful. You have to be, as a resource agent, okay, you want to be the go-to. So it's important that you have your relationships intact. One of the reasons why people aren't good with being resource agents is because they keep burning their resources. Okay? And they're not doing right by their resources. So you have to be a resource agent and take care of your resources and your network. You also have to be just knowledgeable and know where to get things done at, who to go to, what products that you can offer, who's the connection for this, who's the connection for that. That's becoming a resource agent. When you're talking about earning a substantial income, be a resource agent. You want to be able to draw people to you and be resourceful. People need to come to you. I get paid for being a solution finder, to be solution driven for clients. Okay. I was on the phone today with about 4 different clients. All of them, great credit, things of that nature. And they're trying to raise big capital, but they want me to be their resource. They want me to be that person to raise the capital, okay? And that's just going to come by way of being resourceful. So what do? Number one, when you become a resource agent, get in between deals as the connector of the deals and earn the referral fees from both sides. You notice I said both sides, okay? So what do you mean? Because you don't need a product, you just need the relationships. What do I mean? Let's look at the example. You connect the buyer and the seller of real estate. Say someone's looking for real estate, okay? And this person is selling the property. This person is selling the property for $100,000. And you know someone that's looking, you know buyers, because you built up, remember, you're a resource agent. Prior to you getting this deal, you connected with buyers, you connected with people in the industry, you know the people that's trying to, buy these type of properties, right? So you already negotiated the price of $100,000, and now you just made that price to $105,000 because you're going to tack on $5,000 just for taking this deal to the person that you know, okay? So now you're going to take that person, you're going to take that deal to your buyer, and you're going to tell your buyer, I've got a really juicy deal for you. I got a juicy deal that's going to make you $100,000. I found the property. I want to be able to get this deal to you. It's going to cost you, I need $5,000 fee to get this deal to you, okay? I want to tack on $5,000. They say, sure, no problem, give me the deal. Right? They don't mind you making $5,000 fee for bringing them the deal. It's in the deal, right? So now you've got a contract for $5,000 on the purchase, and then you got a contract for $5,000 on the sale. And what did you do? Nothing. You just brought people together. That's it. You just brought people together. And don't be in the lending industry, because now I can make money 3 times, because guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually do the loan. So now I just made a commission on the loan too. Okay, so now I just figured out how to get paid 3 times in this scenario. All right. No, and then you can take it further with some other products, solar and all that type of stuff. But that's how you get in between deals. Think about any time people come and ask you, hey, do you know someone that has this or that's able to do this, right? Who's able to, do you know someone in the car dealership, or do you know someone that does this type of job or does that type of job? Yeah. Okay. Let me hook you up. Let me connect the dots, right? So you're going to get in there and charge a fee. You got to start getting in between. You got to get in between deals. Listen, nobody's money. I'm not setting up any deals for people to make money on me and I don't get anything and I'm in between it. It's not going to happen. It's not happening, right? If we are in a transaction, we're in the transaction, and I'm making money, that's like you making money, and just like these other people are making money. So many people say, man, I thought we was friends. We are friends. We must not be friends if you don't want me to make money. So it's a natural thing for us as resource agents just to get in between deals. It's simple. You do that right from your phone. Okay? You calling your buyer right from your phone. Calling your seller right from your phone. All you need to do is do one deal a month that'll get you $10,000. Small deals. That's a small deal in this industry. 10,000 is very small in this industry. Okay. So all you need is one. If you can do that once a month, that's $120,000 a year, just by getting in front of people. Just by getting in front of people. Okay. How about a compliance agent? Compliance agent, right? The second method to allow you to make $100,000 a year, okay? Just by your phone. Help businesses apply for FICA tax credits. There's these businesses, only 2%. Once again, you guys know this, only know about this. Only 2% of the companies even know about this. Doesn't cost them anything. You know, there's no credit needed. There's no financials needed. You're simply helping the business to get their FICA tax credits applied. That's it. And because of that, you're going to earn $15 per employee monthly. Now, how do I get to $100,000 or more? You want to get to 1,000 agents. Your goal should be in this program to get to 1,000 employees. You want to get to 1,000 employees enrolled. Whether that's 10 companies, whether that's 10 companies with 100 employees, or 20 companies with 50 employees. However you dice it up, you want 1,000 employees so you can make $15,000 a month residually. That's $180,000 a year by being a compliance agent. Now, what this does, and you're doing this once again, right over the phone. You don't have to go out with a compliance agent position. We're going to supply the leads for you, or not the leads, the data for you. Okay. We're going to supply the data for you. I just got the data in yesterday. Okay. So I got all the data for all the companies now. I got all your decision makers. I have everything. So this is going to be for our compliance agents. Okay. So the people that join our compliance agent team, or people that get selected, get selected for the compliance agent team, will be able to have access to that data. Okay. But this is right from your phone. You're talking $15,000 a month just with 1,000 employees enrolled. That's not real hard to do. That's not real hard. When you get out there really and dissect that, you're talking what, maybe 20, if you can sign up, I don't know, 20 to 30 people, maybe in a week, companies, right? Just 20 employees, not companies, but 20 employees. So one company with 20 employees. Do that every week. Okay? Just do that every week.
No, he's hip. This is my money class.
That's right, Yolanda. It's your money class. We're in training. Okay, so this is a compliance aid. So businesses with 100 employees save about $63,900. Now, going around, this is why I like this program right here so much, guys. Here's the reason why I like it, because it's simple, doesn't cost them anything. It's just a win-win across the board. You're saving and you're putting $63,000 back into this company's bottom line just because they don't know that these FICA tax credits exist. That's all you're doing. You're just making sure that they have the FICA tax credits. That's all. That's it. So, and to show them that you can put $63,000 back into their bank account, I don't think anybody will be opposed to that. Okay? So you're making $1,500 a month just off this one business right here at 100 employees. Just off 100 employees, you're making $1,500 a month. That's some of you all's rent money. That's some of your car notes. $1,500 can do a lot for a lot of people right now. Okay? Extra. All right? There's no selling. There's no selling. You don't have to sell. This is just informing and registering. You don't have to sell. You're just informing individuals and getting these individuals registered. This is a hot product right here. And a lot of people don't know about this product. Even companies to offer. Now, we're starting to see some companies pop up, to offer this product, okay? We've already closed about 3 of these so far. We've already closed about 3 so far. We got more going in now. But this is a hot product. And if y'all take it seriously, you can sit right at your desk, sit right on your phone, call up the companies. Hey, this is Mo. I'm a compliance agent with G2 Global Network, and I speak with Tom. Tom answers the phone. Tom, I'm calling to make sure that you guys are applying your FICA tax credits. before you lose them. We have a use it or lose it clause under the FICA tax credit program. Okay, so this is just a simple phone call to people, and then just going through the format. Okay, so being a compliance agent here with G2 is a win-win. It's definitely a way for you to earn six figures dressed right from your phone. What about selling digital product? Getting a digital product. This is another thing you can do. AI is making everything a lot easier for you. Okay, with AI, you can create ebooks, right? Why? Create ebooks. Everybody's buying ebooks, something cheap. Create an ebook, something that's in high demand. Credit repair, mindset, money hacks, things like that. Sell that book for $29. For secret, money secrets, $29. Mindset hacks, $29. Something simple. Okay. And to get to your goal, you got to sell like 276 copies electronic. Remember, we're talking digital, not hard copies. So people are buying digital products daily. That means you need to sell about 70 of these a month. Okay? You need to sell about 70 of them a month. So sales funnels. These sales funnels are automated. They automated marketing, collect leads and boost your conversations. One of the ways that you do that is by taking a product like this and putting it inside a sales funnel. That means it's going to go blast it all over the internet. It's going to create a bunch of landing pages for you. Things like click funnels. Okay. I believe that's pronounced systemi. Systemi. If anybody correct me if I'm wrong. Go higher. Okay. We use Go Higher now. Basic pricing for this is at $27 a month for basic. So to put a book or a digital product inside a funnel, there you go. That's gonna go through all the social media platforms. It's gonna keep constantly, circulating things of that nature. And now you have a product for sale. You have to sell things, guys. You have to sell stuff. So this is something you can do right from your phone. You don't have to leave the house. You go on your phone and you make it happen. Okay? You circulate your product. Let people order. That's another thing. Okay, that's another way. What about being a G2 Global Network ambassador? You get 30% with us of the monthly partner membership of what the global partner brings in. I'm sorry, of the global partner. You get 30% of their monthly membership. You get 10% override on their commission. And then you get $3 per employee on their workplace wellness. Now, if you took this seriously, right, with the override, just by getting 100 people on your team, get 100 people on your team, right? Get 100. Let that be your goal. Get 100 people. Just with the MRBs, you're looking at making a couple of $1,000s alone. Okay, but at 100 people on your team, 10% of that's going to be your conversion ratio of people that's actually going to perform. So you take 10 people that's bringing you something small, like $1,000 commission. It's a numbers game, and numbers don't lie. Okay, it's a numbers game. So 10% is what 90% of people aren't going to do anything. 90%. That's a true reality. But 10%, you want to focus on your 10% that's actively wanting to be successful, that's turning in deals. You're going to get a 10% override. Okay? So if they get something small, a small deal, and you only paid you $1,000, that's $10,000 you just made off of your team by getting your team up to 100. You want to get your team up to 100 people. Okay? Get your team to 100 people. I mean, look at the membership. We got tiered memberships, $50 membership, $75 membership, $150 membership, $600 membership. The only reason why we haven't launched this part yet because we're waiting on the system to be completed. So the system can pay out automatically. It can calculate, it can track. Okay, so that's what we're waiting on now. But that's the membership. Okay, so just think about it. You get if you put people in under the last tier, under that tier 4, the executive package for $600, you're getting 30% of that. What is that? About 100 and I don't know my math. It's about 180 maybe. Who's a quick thinker? 600, 180. All right, 180. That's $180 that you get every month off of that one person. Okay, off of that one person. Now, 180, and if you get, I mean, I'm not saying that you're going to get everybody on that tier, but it's going to be a mixture between the 50 to 75 and 150. But this is another way for you to make a substantial amount of money just by your being on your phone. Okay, so with an ambassador, what you want to do is you want to add anywhere from 100. This is your secret sauce. You want to get to 100 to 200 global partners. That should be your goal. At 10% performance on that, your projected income would be $325,000 a year. We've crushed the numbers. Okay, and that's based on real estate deals, things of that nature. That's based on your residuals and real estate deals. The bulk of this is coming from real estate deals and loans and funding. Okay, so but that's at 10% of your network performing. At 200, that's 20 people performing. And if each one of them gives you $1,000 deal, I'm doing something small here, $1,000 commission, that's $20,000 just for them at 10%. So the legwork has to be to get your numbers up and get your team up. So once we do launch, you have to start telling everybody about these calls. Once we do, not this call, but the launch call, the opportunity calls, things of that nature. You got to start making noise about your team and about your company so they can join your team. Some of you all are too quiet. Some of you all are too quiet. And right now, I get it. You know you're waiting for the system. But when that system is hit, you guys got to make a lot of noise. Make a lot of noise. But being an ambassador, you know, if you're adding 150 to 200 people, that's going to give you about $320,000 a year, easily. Okay? So you'll have access to billions in funding. You have access to solar. You have access to EV programs. You have access to training. Okay, you'll have all type of tools, CRM tools. You have marketing tools, marketing data, marketing flyers, opportunity calls. All of this is all from your phone. You're not leaving out of your house. You're on your phone. Okay, so sometimes I think that we make things a lot harder than it ought to be. Leverage is the name of the game. Okay, leverage is the name of the game. If you're not leveraging properly, this is why you're not seeing the income that you want to see. How many deals can you get in between? How many people that you know that you can start talking to and just get matchmaking? You got to start matchmaking. You got to get good at that. Okay? You got to get good at it. There was one time I did a leverage deal in G, and I brought this deal to the table. He'll tell you guys about it. And when we first got in the deal, we thought we were going to make, maybe $30,000 on this deal. So we went in like, hey man, we're going to make 30,000. Let's make this 30,000 real quick. And we kept dissecting the deal and dissecting the plan with it and massaging it. And by the time it was done and we was able to now look at this project on the table seriously, we was able to make $150,000 on a leverage play. He didn't come to the table with money on that deal. I didn't come to the table with money on that deal. I used other people's money and other relationships. We closed that deal. We made $150,000 on it. That was a leverage play. That was one deal. That was one deal. Okay. So think about your relationships. Zig Ziglar said that you can have everything in life you want if you would just help enough people, help enough other people get what they want. This is what I said to you all, that the reason why I show up for training time after time after time, because I want to help you become successful. I'm pouring into you. So when I see people not showing up, yeah, it kind of hits me sometimes like, hey, I'm trying to pour into you and I haven't charged any of you all anything, right? So I'm pouring into you. Why? Because if I can help enough people get what they want, guess what happens to me by default? Robert Kiyosaki says that leverage is the reason that some people become rich and others don't, because you don't know how to leverage. You don't know how to leverage. I'm telling you that this is key. And the guy that taught me how to leverage was actually trying to scam me. It's the craziest thing. There was a guy that taught me how to leverage, and what I got out of that relationship, he was trying to scam me for money. And what I got out of the relationship, because he came to me in the presence, presenting himself as a financial guru, investor, and all these different things. And he was trying to scam me. And he taught me about leveraging and how to use OPM. And I'm listening to him, even though he was trying to scam me. I heard him. And I said, wait a minute. It was like a light bulb went on. Like, this is why I'm not making the money that I want to make. And as soon as I started applying leverage, I started making money. Think about it. I can't help but to make it. Getting in between deals. And this is what you have to do. You got to get in between the deals. You got to bring the right people. You got to leverage the right relationships. And you have to get in between the deals. It's not going to work any other way if you don't do that. Okay? So you got to choose your method. Choose your method. Or even combine all of them. But choose your method. Choose your method. Which method works for you? Which method works for you? And there's so many different ways. Okay, I'm just giving you guys a couple of examples. There's a lot of ways to make money from your phone. A lot of things that you can do to make money right from your phone. I'm only giving you a couple of different scenarios. Things that I know that work because I do it. So I can tell you about what I do that works. Okay, so this is the leverage game. You have to leverage your relationships. You have to leverage your time. You got to leverage your other people's money, OPM. You have to leverage other people's talent. Okay, you want to make sure that you've got talented individuals on your team. Delegating to those talented individuals to make sure that you're getting what you need. Okay, so like I said, there's so many ways to skin a cat. There's so many ways to skin a cat. The biggest thing I want you all to take, the takeaway out of this training today is leveraging. Leverage. You don't need a product for leverage. You don't need to have a specific product. You can have all type of products. What you need is people. You need people, okay? You need people. The people's going to tell you, the people's going to tell you exactly what it is that they need. Yes, Dame, that was 150,000 between the both of us. We had to share that. But yes.
Thanks.
Okay. So Sean said, that's what I do. Exactly. That's the key, Sean. That's the key, man. Just getting in between deals, formulating the right relationships, people that you know that could come to your aid and assist you when the time comes. This is all about building and formulating and keeping and retaining relationships. I'm telling you, the reason why I notice that people are broke these days out here is because they've burned all their relationships up. They don't have relationships to tap into. They've burned their bridges. They've scared people away. They've done all these different things, and now they don't have a bridge to cross over. Okay, so in the game of leveraging, you have to keep your name good. You got to keep your relationships good, okay, in order to be able to leverage properly. So there's different ways, like I said, you know, you have real estate agents that make their phone, they make their money right over the phone. You know, in the real estate industry, the loan industry, there's so many things that you can do right from your phone to make a six-figure income. Listen, I haven't worked a job in 24 years. I haven't been employed in 24 years. Okay, I've been self-employed this whole time. And it's been rough. It's been a lot of ups and downs, it's been rough. But I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. Okay, I wouldn't trade it. But I've learned how to leverage, and I've learned how to keep my relationships good. You all that know me know that, you know, everybody knows I'm a stickler about my name. I'm a stickler about, you know, making sure that I keep my name good. And you have to be the same way. You got to be the same way. You got to be a stickler about keeping your name good. So people can know that you're the resource agent, and they can come to you and know that they're getting reliable information from you. You know, and they know that you're tapping them into reliable networks. Okay. So, you know, yeah, I'm big on integrity, Lou. Big on that, man. You know, that's all I got. You know, that's the thing. Here's the thing. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't be able to do a lot of the things that I'm able to do. My wife says all the time, she says, you got so many people that you can pick up the phone and get money from, you can do this from, you know. I said, it's because of my name. You know, it's because of my name. People know that I'm not going to do anything that's going to go against my name. And you have to be like that. You have to be like that. Do not burn your name. Make sure your name stays good. Make sure that when people see you calling, that they want to pick up. They want to pick up your call. You don't want your number to come across people's screen and they, oh my God, I don't want to pick up this phone call. No, you want your number to be an important number that people pick up because they know that you are a resource agent, number one, with integrity. So this is what we promote here in our network with G2, guys. Let that be our signature. For all of us that represent G2, let it be our signature to know that we are doing right by the people that we serve. Let that be our signature, that know that since you're part of G2, our brand is people coming to our network and knowing they're dealing with reliable people with integrity. Let that be our brand. Let that be our signature. It works. Okay, you don't want people running away from our network. You don't want people saying that network is full of crap. That network is full of scammers. It's full of all. You don't want that. We want to have a strong group of people, a strong network that we can be proud of. Okay, so just keep leveraging, keep learning how to leverage. Get in between deals. You don't have to have a particular product. Just get in between. You need people. What you have to do is just have relationships. Today I got connected with 2 different grant writers that's been very successful for writing grants for big companies. Okay, so I'm going to leverage them. I'm going to leverage it, bring them into the network. Why? Because so many people need grant writing. I don't know. It's probably some of you all on this call need grant money. But your clients might need it. So guess what? We want to bring those relationships into our G2 Global family. Okay. We're going to bring it into the family. All right. So that's what I have for you today. That's what I got for you today. All right. This is Damon said he's interested in grants. Okay, Damon, I'm going to be setting up some meetings with them today, man. But just take this information about leveraging to heart, guys. It's real simple. Compliance agent, you can do that. You can do digital products right from your phone. You can be part of G2 Global Network. But the main thing is leveraging. That's the main thing I want you guys to take away from it, is learn how to leverage. You don't have to have a product. All you need to know is, oh, I got somebody. Oh, I know who can do this. Right? And so when you do that, now you got to do the WIFMA. Everybody know what WIFMA is?
No.
What's in it for me?
There you go. What's in it for me? Okay. WIFMA. So you got to
Gotcha.
have that attitude. Got to have that attitude. Come on, talk to me, team. I'm excited about, getting this information out to you. And I hopefully you taking this to heart. That's simply just leverage. And that's the secret. It's just leverage. You don't have to make it complicated. You don't have to make it complicated. Just get in between deals. Start learning how to do that. But you have to be a resource agent. You got to be a resource agent. You got to be a magnet. Let people know that, hey, I've got this connection. I've got this connection. Okay? So they can come to you. That's how you're going to make your money. I thought the health and wellness was $9 per employee.
That's
It
at
is
the
with
other
Sequoia
people.
Lending. G2 Global Network is $15 per employee.
Mom, may I make a statement?
Absolutely, Eva. Go ahead.
Ask a question. I was considering marketing to insurance, those independent insurance companies that's
Yes.
just on every
Yes.
block.
Yes.
I think workplace wellness would be an
Yes.
excellent way to go from there.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So
It's right
Monday
up
I'll
that
have
lane.
my 100% attention back. So I'm
Good.
excited.
Good.
Yeah.
And you know who else that you guys can talk to? CPAs.
Mm-hmm.
CPAs. Start looking for CPAs. CPAs, they got the businesses right in front of them. Once again, you have to link up, right, with people's organizations that already have established organizations, that established databases already. So ask yourself that question, okay? Ask yourself that question. Who have you linked up with that has a database already? And if your question is nobody, then that's part of the problem. That's part of the problem. Okay. So think about that. Who do you have in your network that has a database of clients or following of clients that you need to connect with? You got to create a strategic alliance. Create a strategic alliance. That's the way that you do it. Creating that strategic alliance, that relationship. It's relationship. That's what it's all about. Sean said, I have a health and wellness product from 2 different companies. I need leverage. There you go. Products are harder to sell than money. That's right. That's why we sell money. That's why we sell money, Sean. Okay? Our product is money. And we have the one product that everybody needs. Everybody's your client. It's like selling air. Nobody's going to ever tell you that they don't need air. Nobody's not going to ever tell you that they don't need money. They need money, whether they have money, whether they're trying to build money. They need money. They need capital. Okay? And they just got to know that you have the capital, or you have a way to put money back into their bank account. Hence, compliance. That's capital. If you came to me as a business owner and said, hey, Mo, I'm able to put, $100,000 back into your bottom line because you're overspending, okay? You're overspending by $100,000 every year. I need to put that back. I mean, what do you think I'm going to do? Tell the people no? And that's the thinking that you have to be. You have to be on that same thought pattern. Do you think that these clients are going to tell you no about you putting money back into their bank account? It's about positioning. It's about positioning. How are you going to position that to them? They're not going to say no. Matter of fact, they're going to say, you know what? No, I'll keep spending the money. I'll keep spending $100,000. It's okay. It's fine, Mo. I don't need it. You think that's the reaction that you're going to get? Absolutely not.
No, maybe in Texas, depending on how you position.
Maybe in Texas. Well, I ain't coming to Texas.
Come on down.
I ain't coming to Texas.
Come
Okay,
on
y'all.
down.
Y'all got questions you got for me?
Hey Mo, this Yolanda.
Hey,
I missed what
Yolanda.
you said. How you doing? I missed what you said about grants. What did you say?
I was using an example that I connected with two. We're talking about, formulating relationships and building a relationship, being that resource agent. I was just saying today I connected with two grant writers that's been very successful in writing grants for different companies and churches and people that I know. And so what I was saying was that I'm going to bring them to the team and, see how we can leverage their grant program, where we can possibly start offering grants, for people. I don't know. I don't know how that works with them yet. But my point is that getting in front of individuals that specialize in certain areas, you want to know what that area is, how that works. Even if you're just putting it inside your repertoire, putting it inside your mind, putting it in your back pocket, because you don't need it right now, but down the line, you might be able to put it together. A month or so ago, somebody might say, I need a grant writer. I said, hey, I got one for you. Then I call up Yolanda. Hey, Yolanda, listen, I've got a customer that needs a grant. They're looking for, $200,000. Oh, okay, I can help them get that grant. Excellent. How much do you charge?
That's awesome.
Huh?
That would be awesome.
Right. How much do you charge? You say, well, I'm charging about 10%. I think that's about what average is on a grant writer. I charge about 10% of what I raise for them. Okay, so I'm going to charge you 5%. I want half of that 10% to bring this client. All right, cool. Great. Then I'm going to go back to the client and say, man, I found a grant writer for you, man. Oh, did you? Great. All right, listen, she can get you to 200,000, but I'm going to need $5,000 out of that. Well, I'm going to need 10% out of that to make it happen for you. Man, you got it, man. If you can get her to get 200,000, man, I got you on the 10%. You see what I just did? I got in between the deal. So now 200,000, 10%, that's 20,000 on one side and 20,000 on the other side. Just by bringing them together, I just made $40,000. That's what I'm saying though, okay? And that's what we do all the time. We do that type of stuff all the time. So this is a leverage place. You gotta learn how to leverage. Other than that, what you're gonna do is you're gonna keep trying to chase deals to sell. You're gonna keep trying to chase stuff to sell. All right. So I hope did I answer your question, Yolanda?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. What are the questions you got for me? This is the leverage game. Earning six figures from your phone is simple by leveraging. You guys didn't really need me to tell you this, right? I'm just reminding you. I'm just reminding you. There's no silver bullet or anything. It's simple information. Just leverage. I just use an analogy on the grant writing, on how you do that. You know, somebody looking for money, you know, charge 10%. Find out what the cost is, and then you put your fee in there. Okay. So, you know, and then you start out. I remember a movie. Y'all know the Boondocks? I remember the Boondocks. Anybody watch the Boondocks? It's like a cartoon type movie. Anybody know about that? No? Okay. Well, the Boondocks was given to me years ago to raise money for them. And this was like 2000, probably 5 or 6. And I had never raised money for a film before. And they needed, what did they need? They needed $500,000. That's what they were looking for. $500,000. And at the time, I had a gentleman, this is the leverage game. I had a gentleman who was over a hedge fund, and their hedge fund was strictly for films. I had just got this contact. It was strictly for films. And I got their proposal, and I got the things together for them, and you know, and I said, okay, I'm charging you 10%. But because I was new, I'm sorry, they needed 5 million, not 500. They needed 5 million. And I was going to make 500. Because I was new to the industry, I didn't know that was too much. So that's the other thing that you have to find out. You got to find out when you're leveraging what's normal and what's not. Because they found another capital raise at 5%, which was more traditional, right? So I didn't know, so I lost out on it. So the lesson behind that was to find out what's the going rate, what's the norm when you're trying to leverage. So you won't, you know, outprice yourself and, you know, get yourself, you know, in the jam. Okay, can you get the solar guy to call me, Rob Perry? Yes, Rob, I can get the solar guy to call you. I was gonna have my wife put these collagen products and shampoo in the salon, and said, heck no. So, find supply and demand. That's all it is. Find supply and demand and meet the demand. That's all it is, guys. It's not hard. It's not hard. The difference between the haves and the have-nots is just simply information. That's all it is. Okay? All right, guys. That's my training for today. Leveraging is key. Leveraging is key. You have to be a resource agent, okay? So leveraging is key. All right. So thank you all for showing up on the training. If there's not any questions, I'm going to go ahead and end this training right now. I'll see each and every one of you guys at the top. Okay.
Thank you, Mo. Always appreciate you.